Hi guys, welcome back to a new video of mine, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Celeste and today I'm going to talk about my mental health. I have filmed this video before, I edited and I was ready to go up, and then my phone broke, the screen of my phone broke, and he told me it's okay, you can have it back in a few days. And 2 days ago yesterday I got a call. Nope, you lost everything on your phone and it's broke and you can't do anything with it. So that's fun, and now I need to redo this video and I'm like, I don't want to. I really don't want to, but I'm going to do it because I think a lot of people could have a lot from it, and I thought maybe I can help feel people less alone. Okay, there are few things I want to say first. Is if you don't want to watch this video because you're not interested in it, or you just don't want to know, just don't watch it. I don't want any negativity on this video, and it just if you're not interested, just don't watch it. Just don't. And secondly, my dog. Secondly, I'm gonna leave some trigger warnings down below because I don't know if some things are triggering for people, but if they are, I just want to warn them and not be like, oh my god, it triggered some people. No, I don't want it. This video is for helping maybe some people not feel alone, and by triggering them, it's not helping them, so that's why. This video is going to be in 2 parts. And one is like my mental health and what I have exactly, and the second part is things that happened to me that didn't help my mental health. Is further like I progressed my mental health and things like that. So firstly, my mental health. I was diagnosed with anxiety 3 months ago. And I wasn't by a psychiatrist. I can't speak that word. And it was by a normal doctor, and we found it out because for so long I was just tired. I was sleeping 9 hours a night. I was going to bed at 10, waking up at 6. So like, it's how many hours is that? 8 hours a night, every single night, and I was sleeping my hours, but I was also feeling exhausted every single day. I was falling asleep in class. I didn't have any energy left. I just felt really tired, and I went to the doctor for that. And first I thought I had not enough vitamin B12, but it wasn't the case. And after that I got checked out, and everything got checked out, and there wasn't physically anything wrong with me. So the doctor diagnosed me with anxiety because the high level of anxiety I was feeling just caused me to be tired, because anxiety took a lot of my body and a lot of my strength away. So that's what caused my tiredness, and that's how I was diagnosed with anxiety. Second, I wasn't diagnosed with OCD, but I have a lot of symptoms of OCD, intrusive thoughts. So I can say I was diagnosed because like my counselors weren't good at all, and I will explain that later in this video too. But I have a lot of symptoms that go with OCD, intrusive thoughts. First off, a big thing is the feeling that you need to get approval in relationships. For me it's like, I've made a few friends on the internet, Connor, but still feeling scared to say what I think at the moment, because I think, oh, he won't like that, or people will think weird of me, or just feeling the need that I can be myself so that people approve of me. and I'm getting better at that. I really am, but it's still tough and it still takes time, and I need to learn to be better at that, and I'm doing that every single day. It's just scary at times, and I don't think the need of approval is ever going to go away. I will also explain later how that came to be, because this was of childhood trauma. But okay. The second one, it's less, but I get that when I'm tired, and it's the awareness of bodily functions. Like when I'm like tired and I crash, and most of the time that's in class, so that's fun. I'm very aware of my body. Like my legs and feet are standing on the floor, and I feel them, my heart beating in them. I feel that they're standing in the store, standing on the ground. I feel my legs the way they stand. I feel my heart. I feel my arms tingling. I just feel it all, and I can't concentrate on anything else, which is very frustrating. And I don't know how to explain it really well, because it's just like you can't focus on anything else at the moment. You just feel, you know you're feeling your body, and normally you don't feel it. Like you don't feel your arms really, just when they hurt, and not when you're just down there. You don't feel them. And when I'm hyper aware of that, I just feel them. I feel everything, and it's just very weird. Then one that really affects my daily life is order in my day. When like I need to have things done in a certain time limit or time piece, like in an hour, I need to do that. I need to do that, and I have it planned out the day before or a week before, and it needs to be this way, because otherwise it stresses me out. And most of the time it isn't that way. It isn't going the way I want it to, but it stresses me out when it doesn't go that way. So it's something that affects me daily. I have two very good examples for that. One is like when my mom asks me to work at a garden in me, and I don't know that before. It's just like I need a moment to fix myself, and realize you can do every single thing you want to do today and work in a garden, so it doesn't really matter. But at the moment I panic, because how am I going to do it? And it just stresses me out as hell. And the other thing that's worse is I work at a supermarket, and sometimes I have to work from 8 to 2, and I'm like, okay, 2 o'clock, I need to go home. But sometimes some things happen which makes me go home later. It's almost every single time. And at 5 for 2, I am stressing out because I need to go home. I need to get my what's it called? Like, I'm a cashier, so I need my box of money and count it and everything before I go home, and I need to have that done. And I have more than once experienced when I'm finally walking out of the store 15 minutes after 2, I'm in tears almost, because it just stresses me. I don't know how I can explain my feelings on this, but it just stresses me out and makes me feel frustrated when it doesn't go the way I planned it all. And it just really, it stresses me out. I don't know how, because it's not a specific feeling, but it just, it gives me stress. I'm really explaining this so bad. I'm sorry. Next is, which is small for me, it's obsession over things. Like the timetable of my day is the biggest obsession for me, but sometimes I have like things I obsess over, like for my school, what I'm going to do next. It's being like this. First I wanted to do the PABO, which is with kids, and then I wanted to pedagogic, and then I wanted to be a teacher of English. And like these periods in between, like it's Pabo, pedagogic, teacher English. And at the time I wanted to be Pabo, to do the Pabo, it just, the only thing I can focus myself on and obsess myself over is the Pabo. So it fixates me, and I can't see anything else out of that straight way lane, and everything outside is just not, I'm just not able to see it, and I'm trying to do that better. That's why I'm taking a year off, so that I can see out of those lanes, and I can see different things that maybe would fit me better if I just widen my horizon. And that's very hard when I obsess over things. So that's something. It's smaller, but it affects my life at certain points. So, and the last thing, and it's also pretty big, it's the arguments with yourself. And it's like, you know, like I know what I'm thinking is not, like, it's not that bad. It's okay. It's like 15 minutes after work. It's okay. You have the time of the day. It's totally okay. But I know it's okay, and then my body and my mind is feeling like, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. And that argument I will have in my head, like, very bad. And it just, these arguments you have with yourself, I have them a lot. And don't sound weird, like also when I'm preparing myself for a conversation that maybe will never happen, I go through a conversation with myself, and that's just argumenting and thinking of a better way to explain things, and I probably will never use what I'm thinking of. Just very weird. And I don't know if other people experience it too, but the arguments with yourself, it's just very hard, because you know what you're thinking doesn't have that much valid. It doesn't really matter. But your whole body is telling you it does matter. Your mind is telling you it does matter, and just the arguments are always there. For me, at least. Okay, let's get into the second part of my video. It's things that happened to me. First off, the biggest thing is that I was mentally abused by my dad until the age of 12. Like, I was too fat, I was too dumb, I was ugly, I was stupid. A lot of those words were said again and again and again. And when you're saying that to a kid over and over and over again, this kid begins to believe what you're saying. I believed what he was saying. I believed I was stupid. I believed I was dumb. I believed I was ugly. And he destroyed my self-confidence. 100%. He destroyed it. He broke it down. He left me in 1,000 pieces. And I had to pick them up as a 12-year-old kid. And on top of that, my mom got sick when I was 8. She had breast cancer, and most of the time then already I was with my mom. So seeing your mom break down, seeing your mom lose her hair, seeing your mom be so tired after chemo that she couldn't stand up from the couch, and seeing her body break down as a kid on top of mental abuse, it just broke me. It broke who I was. I used to be someone who could stood up for herself, very good. I remember mom telling me that when a little boy was pestering me, I just hit him in the nose, and I wouldn't have done that after that. I just couldn't. I still can't. Not that I should hit on someone, but okay. So these things just broke my confidence, and when I was 12, I broke off contact with my dad, and he has never asked for contact with me since, and I'm 17 now. I'm glad. I don't want to see him. I don't want to know about him. Like, I'm saying that, but like, there's this quote that really depicts my feelings of him. It's like, he's my father, but he's not my daddy. And like, that's so true. He was a sperm donor and I never have to see him again. That's the word. So after that, I had no self-confidence. I was being bullied because like, kids know when you don't have confidence, you can't stand up for yourself. So I was bullied in middle school, and when I got to high school, I didn't have a confidence left, so I didn't really make friends good at first. I still don't. Making friends when you have no confidence, you can't really, because they don't know you. You hide yourself, and I did that for years. I hid myself. I just hid myself, and I didn't make friends in the first year. And at our high school, for the 5 years I was there, it was like the groups were formed in the first year, and after that you could stand by a group, but they didn't really want to get to know you because they had their best friends and they had their friends, and it was nothing more. You just stood by each other and at the breaks, and that was it. So I never really had the chance to make friends because they didn't want to make friends anymore. They weren't willing. Which broke me down too. My bottom rock, I hit my bottom rock when 2 years ago. I was not a fat kid. I have weight. I still have weight, but at the time I was a little bit overweight, and I started losing weight when I started normal eating, like less overeating, and I was just normal, but I started losing weight, and at that point I became obsessed with losing weight. Okay, this is the part where I'm nervous. First I started cutting myself because of a lot of things that happened at school. I was being bullied a little bit. Not so bad as some people have it, but I wasn't fitting in. It was hurting. I was still hurting by what my dad said and to me all the time, and what I was saying to myself. And I started cutting myself because I didn't want to feel pain anymore. And so I was turning mental pain and physical pain, which is not a good idea. Nobody should ever do that. But it was the only way out that I was thinking of at that moment. I just couldn't think of something else. And I am clean for 2 years of that now, which is very, very good. And I was pretty dumb at the moment. I didn't cut myself deep enough to leave, yeah, scars you could see really well. I have scars, but you can't see them if you don't know them, so that's good. My mom found out, I think a few months after I stopped cutting myself. I stopped by myself, totally by myself. It's just like, I don't know how I did that. I really don't know how I did that, but I did, and I'm glad I did. But then my anxiety turned into something else, which is also not good. After that, I started working out to lose weight, and I wasn't working, and I started puking. I had bolivia, and was stupid also. Like, it was stupid. I know it was stupid, but I'm glad my mom found out soon after. I think a month after I started doing it, and I'm clean of that too. Year and a half now. Yeah, year and a half, almost 2 years. And my mom found it out, and she didn't trust me again for a very, very long time. And sometimes she still doesn't trust me. She checks up on me and things like that, which is okay. It's irritating sometimes, but I get why she's doing it. And when she found that out, she tried to get me a counselor. I'm forgetting. A counselor, and that took a year. It took a whole damn year for me to get a counselor. She immediately put it in action, but the town where I live in, the members of the board, I don't know how to call it, it's the gemeente. I will leave the English word up there. They just took a long time, and by the time I finally got a counselor, I was building myself up again after the point when my mom found out. Since then, I was just building my confidence, building my me up again. I was building myself brick by brick without anyone's help but my mom. She's my biggest support line. She's amazing. I love her so much. And I was building myself up. I was starting a job, which helped me really well with my confidence, because I had to be confident. If I was going to be a cashier, I had to stand up for myself, which helped me really, really well. And I started doing things I loved again. I started reading, I stopped actually. I was only reading that bad stories, and I was feeling ashamed of reading. And when I started up again, I was really glad I started, because at school nobody was reading, so I wasn't reading either because I wanted to fit in. And when I started reading, I was really getting into myself, because after that everybody knew me as the one who read. Everybody. I was always taking books to school. I was always reading. I was always reading. So I started by building myself up, and when I finally got to a counselor, she didn't help me a bit. After half a year, I stopped, because she was stressing me out more than helping me, which is not supposed to be what she was supposed to do. So that's what happened. It's really bad organized here in the Netherlands. Kids need help right now, and they don't get it. And especially like kids like me who don't have that much money, or the parents don't have that much money to get a counselor by themselves, so they need to get that through the health organization and everything, and it just takes a long time. While the kids like me and a million other kids out there need help at this moment, and they're just not getting it, and it's really frustrating for me. And I hope other kids get help sooner, because like I'm not the only story when it happened, because I know a lot of kids who also had that, and who also, it took a very, very long time to get help. So that's what happened. And so this was my video. I hope, yeah, not really that you enjoyed it, because it was also stupid, but I hope you will watch my next videos, and I hope to see you next time. And if you did like it, please click the bell button. Please subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.